Assalamu alaikum guys. So praying 5 times is one of the most important aspects of being a Muslim. But nowadays in the culture that we live in, it's very easy to lose sight in our prayers. So today I'm going to talk about 5 tips to start praying your 5 prayers. Tip number 1 is to start with 1. Adding 5 prayers to your schedule can be overwhelming and tough for anybody. The best way is to start with at least 1. I would recommend starting with Isha because it's the least time restricted and you just don't go to sleep without praying it. One way you can do that is by making it part of your nightly routine before you go to sleep. Like you can start with brushing your teeth and then making wudu and then praying and then just go to sleep. So after a week or 2 goes by and you consistently start getting Isha in, then add another prayer in like Asr, and then another, and then another, and then another, and then another. Understand though that it's not okay to settle at praying once or twice, but this is just a means to get started. Tip number 2 is to understand. And you might be thinking or wondering like, understand what? And what I mean by this, many people have this idea where they will start praying later in life whenever they become a better Muslim. That they will start praying whenever they stop committing these sins, or stop these bad habits, or when they have time to go to the masjid, or when they will start wearing hijab. But wallahi, it's the opposite of that. The only way to stop committing these sins or get rid of our bad habits is to turn to prayer. It doesn't work the other way around where we think that our lives will change and then we'll turn to prayer. Understand that you won't change your lifestyle until you turn to Allah. Tip number 3 is to be surrounded by the right people. It's very easy to forget about our prayers when we're having a good time with our friends, which is why having the right people around that remind you to pray is so important. Or you should be that friend that tells everyone that we should pray. And this is something not like up for debate. Like it's not like you're deciding like, oh, should we go out to eat or not? Like it's literally like, should we pray or not? And if they choose to ignore it, then you should begin to question who you spend your time with. And even when you're around people that aren't praying, or even maybe your non-Muslim friends, don't be afraid to get up and pray, or even pray alone. And inshallah, they'll take notice. You just don't want to be negatively impacted by your friends, but at the same time, you don't want to give up on them. So don't be afraid to bring it up with them. Sit down and discuss with them, and make a plan to work on your prayers together. Tip number 4, consider your prayers when scheduling your day. You want to know where you're going to be at, whether it be at a restaurant, or at school, or work, or if you will be nearby a masjid, wherever it may be. You can be prepared for it. You want to be aware of your wudu ahead of time, in case you'll know it will be harder depending on where you are or what you're wearing. So you can avoid situations like being at school and having your foot in the sink and have someone walking on you. So I would recommend leaving your house with wudu so it makes it quicker and easier for you to pray on the go. Tip number 5, accountability. You should hold yourself accountable to your prayers. And if you happen to miss one, then you should make it up. When we miss a prayer, we tend to feel bad, but then we move on, which is even worse when we're supposed to make it up. Even if you miss it, you're still held accountable for it. In the odd case you miss a prayer at its time, you can still get all 5 prayers in the day by making it up. I really hope this helps someone get closer to praying their 5 prayers. In today's society, people tend to see someone who prays 5 times a day as someone too religious, but the reality of it is that it's the bare minimum of being a Muslim. Please share with everyone to see. You don't know who will benefit and you can get the reward. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. My name is Zishan Prupia. More love.